1. I am in a college town, and this time of year we are usually packed with contractors coming out to do maintenance at the local factories while they're on shutdown. This year seems to be extra busy. We're on day 9 in a row of 100% occupancy, and this week has been more or less sold out for about a month. Because of this, some of our usual companies that send workers over had to find other accommodations. Cut to today. It has again been painfully slow. 10 to 15 checkouts, and most of the workers leave by 6 a.m. or are day sleepers. So once housekeeping lets me know our due-outs are gone, I pop in back to help laundry to kill some time. Of course, the second I step away from the desk, my bell rings. I greet the guest, and before I can even ask how I can help, he cuts me off, and the following conversation ensues. I'm just here to pick up my package. Sure. Can I have your name or room number and I'll go check to see if we have it? I know you have it because you just called and told me it was here. Okay, I am the only person on the desk today and I haven't received any packages or called a guest about a package. However, we do get quite a few packages in for guests on every shift, so if you give me a name, I can go check if we have it. They give me their name and say that it should be a large envelope. Yes, you do. You just called me 5 minutes ago and told me it was here, and that you will hold it at the front desk. Again, sir, I'm sorry, but I did not call you, and we do not have your package. Yes, you did. This is the same hotel we always stay at, and you called and said you had it for me, and I need it now. Well, sir, I'm sorry, but I don't have it. Are you sure you aren't at a different hotel? We did fill up quick this year, and some workers had to find other accommodations. He gets visibly upset that I would even suggest he is at the wrong hotel and storms out. On the cameras, I see him take 2 steps out the front door, scroll through his phone for a second, pause and look up at the sign on the side of the building, then back at his phone. His shoulders slump. He hops in his truck and speeds off. 2. Still dealing with this today, but about 2 months ago, I got a call from a lady who wanted to use her rewards for her brother and pay for his room for the night. Not thinking there would be any issues, I took her information, entered the card in for her, and emailed over the third-party form and told her he wouldn't be allowed to use the card unless she filled it out. Check-in happened on my day off. I am the graveyard shift, FDM, and the early shift is the one who charges the smoking fees, so I wasn't even the one who charged her card when her brother and his girlfriend were caught on camera, opening up their window and blowing smoke out of the window. But I am the one who handles the complaints because I am the only FDM. She calls in the AM shift asking to speak to a manager, and is directed to call back during my shift, and I take the call with the warning that she was mad. I would like to add, I was just promoted to FDM. I inform her that when our housekeepers went to clean the room, they reported that it smelled like smoke and was missing some towels, so we had to charge the fees. She became irate, saying they were regulars and they knew not to smoke in the rooms, and that every time they went there they didn't have the right amount of towels in the room, and we were only charging her because she wasn't there this time. Well, our housekeepers are known for forgetting towels, so I told her I understand the situation and I think I can look past the towels missing. But I can't forgive the smoking fee because the room has to be closed for a couple of days to air out properly. She goes on a tirade again, repeating they are returning customers and they knew our rules and they always obey them, and there was no way possible that her brother smoked in the room. I told her I'm sorry, but I was in the room myself and could smell the smoke. She interrupts me and asks if I'm calling her a liar. I say no, I just feel you're misinformed. Maybe your brother smoked. Again, she cuts me off and says her brother knows better and not to smoke in the room. I want to speak to the manager. I inform her again that I am the front desk manager and the general manager does not handle these, so I am all she's going to get. She goes on to another tirade about how rude I am and how the charge is fraud. I respond back with, I'm sorry you feel that way, but we have a housekeeper, even saying that she saw your brother and his girlfriend walking in and out of the room with lit cigarettes. She again asks if I'm calling her a liar. My customer service instincts are telling me to deflect the question, because we all damn well know I'm calling her brother a liar, but I repeat what I told her previously. She then continues to demand to speak to my GM, and I just keep repeating myself that he does not handle these calls, and you will not get a response from him, and eventually I just hang up on her. That only made matters worse, but I deflected her anger when she called back with, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you disconnected the line," and then she went back to asking if I'm calling her a liar. I eventually get frustrated enough to say, "Look, we have footage of your brother and his girlfriend smoking inside the room." And oh my god, when I said that, she started freaking out, stating that we have cameras in the rooms and we are recording everything that goes on inside the rooms, and demands to see the footage when all we have is cameras facing the doors of the room and a small distance away. I eventually get her to finally hang up because she outright refused to get off the phone until she spoke to the GM by saying I can't call him if you're on the phone. This goes on for days because my GM does not handle these calls anymore and just keeps telling me she can't dispute this charge, I have to handle it. Well, now I'm the focus of a lawsuit because she still thinks I fraudulently charged her card. The crazy lady is choosing to spend God knows how much money on a lawyer to represent her over a $200 smoking fee. When I got my summons, I was informed the hotel's legal team will be in touch with me, so now I can't wait to see this bitch in court. 3. I have worked in the hotel industry for 42 years. There is little that I have not experienced. However, in all that time, I have not encountered a true Karen. That is until a few nights ago. I've been dealing with this woman for the past month, getting all the reservations sorted out and attached to her group block, assigning room numbers to accommodate mobility issues, and to make sure they were all close together, etc. She was always pleasant on the phone. In person, she showed her true colors. Sit back and enjoy while I tell you my story. First encounter happened at check-in. The hotel I work at is in a small resort town in southern Oregon. Due to the really bad fire a couple of years, there is no affordable housing and, as a consequence, a very small labor force. So, I was at the desk by myself, working my way through the line of people. Karen comes in, sees the line, and immediately comes to the desk and starts pounding on the counter. "You need to get someone up here to check me in. This is ridiculous." "I'm sorry, I'm the only one here, but I will get to you as quickly as possible." The GM was here, but was handling the phone so that I could focus on check-ins. "You better hurry. I won't stand here all day." It took me just under 4 minutes to get through the 5 people in front of her. "I am sorry for keeping you waiting. Can I get your last name, please?" "You know who I am." "I'm sorry, ma'am, but I don't." "I've only been talking to you people daily for the past month. Since you fucked up my reservations..." It was actually her fault. She didn't tell her group to ask for the group block. This let me know exactly who she was. "Oh, you must be Karen." Yes, I called her Karen. Sorry, I mean Kathy. We then completed the check-in, and she went to her room. Of course, there's more. It wouldn't be a true Karen experience with only one interaction. The phone rings. I answer it. "How am I supposed to get a drink of water or brush my teeth?" "There is a tap in your bathroom, ma'am." "Am I supposed to put my head in the sink and drink from the tap?" "No, ma'am. There are coffee cups and glasses on top of the microwave." "I don't have a microwave in my room." "All of our rooms have refrigerators and microwaves." "Mine doesn't." "It does. You might need to close the bathroom door." I hear the sound of the bathroom door closing and... click! She hangs up. A few minutes go by and she calls again. "I need a king-size pillow." "We only have standard size." "Your website says you have a pillow menu." "We had one prior to COVID, but now we only have standard polyfill and feather pillows." "Bring me 6 feather pillows." "All of our feather pillows are in use." You just said you have them. No, ma'am. I said they were on the menu, not that we had any available. She hangs up again. A couple of hours go by. Someone is going to come into my room. Someone is trying to get into your room? I'll send security up immediately. Are you dense? That's not what I said. Did you mean you have a guest coming? I can add their name to the computer so that they can get a key. You really are stupid. I said someone is going to come into my room. I can assure you that no one will be given a key to your room unless you authorize it. Including housekeeping? Housekeeping will only enter your room to clean if the Do Not Disturb sign is not on the door. Finally, she gets it. I'm not sure that I do. Why don't you explain it to me? There is no Do Not Disturb sign in the room. Oh, my apologies. I have some available at the front desk, or I'm not coming all the way down there to get something that should have been here already. Yes, ma'am, it should have been there. But as I was about to say, I will be happy to put one on your door as I leave in a few minutes. And once again, she hangs up on me. I'll summarize the remaining incidents. She berated the engineer because the bulbs in her room were too cool, yelled at the breakfast attendant because the air conditioner in her breakfast room was turned off, claiming that it was illegal. It was 45 degrees outside and much too cool for an air conditioner. Yelled at the night auditor at 3 a.m., demanding that she call a manager so she could complain about these issues. Once the auditor called me and Karen realized it was me, she demanded the owner's phone number. I don't even know his name, much less have a way to contact him. Threw a comforter at a housekeeper, claiming that it was covered in urine stains. It wasn't. Yelled at an AMFDA regarding dust on the fireplace mantel in the lobby. It was clean. I could continue. There were many more encounters, but I think I've taken enough of your time. I'll just finish up with one last incident. She emailed the GM this morning specifically to complain about me, saying that I was rude, incompetent, and just plain stupid, and I should be fired immediately. I'm happy to report that my wonderful GM called her and told her that while the rest of her wonderful family were welcome to come back any time, she was now on the DNR list and not allowed back. He then hung up on her. 4. So I'm the reservations manager and head receptionist, acting manager on the weekends when the boss man isn't in, at a small hotel in the UK. I always come across difficult guests, but with my Canadian charm and polite customer service, I am usually able to diffuse any situation with minimal damage. Today, I met the Karen of all Karens. A bit of backstory. She was checking out after a 3-day stay. She admitted to one of the receptionists that she was going to complain about everything and try to get her stay for free. Because I knew she would be trouble, I put on my best customer service face to help her when she checked out. Let me set the scene. Saturday, our busiest day at 2 p.m., check-in time, in a busy touristic seaside town. There are 2 festivals taking place in town, so it was busy. Call me a taxi. I need to leave in 5 minutes. Yes, of course. I proceed to book her a taxi to wherever she needed to go. 20 minutes later, where is my taxi? I've been waiting for 40 minutes. Call the taxi company now. The other receptionist says, yes, of course, and calls to confirm that the taxi is en route. Hey, it's a busy weekend, I say. The taxi will give us a call once they arrive. It should be any minute now. I'm sorry for the wait. Yes, the taxi shouldn't be more than 5 minutes. It's on its way. Where's my taxi? Call them again. I'm going to miss my train. The other receptionist calls the taxi again. I'm so sorry for the wait, but the taxi should be here soon. If I miss the train, it's your fault, and the hotel will have to pay me for the train I missed. Unfortunately, I'm not sure we will be able to do that. We have no control over the taxi company, and it's quite busy today. I am sure they will be here very soon. 1 minute later, this is your fault. Call the taxi again and tell them this is urgent. I need to catch my train. Call them. I'm trying to get her to direct her anger towards me instead of the other receptionist. I'm sorry, but I won't allow you to speak to my staff this way. I won't let you yell at her. The situation is out of control.
I'm not speaking to you, I'm speaking to her. Now call them again.
She yells even louder. You're starting to harass my staff now, and I won't stand for it.
You are the worst manager I've ever seen. You should never have gotten this job. It's your fault, and if I miss my train, I'll be holding you personally responsible to pay for it. You need to help guests at checkout, and especially if they're disabled. You're being ableist.
First time hearing she's disabled, and trying my best to accommodate. I'm sorry, we are really doing the best that we can. We have called the company multiple times. They're really busy at the moment, but they have confirmed that there is a taxi on its way here now.
You stupid Americans don't belong in this country. You should go back to where you came from.
I'm Canadian, actually.
You too. Go back to where you're from.
For context, I was raised in Canada, but have an Ecuadorian mother and an English father. The other receptionist gets up and leaves the reception as she is visibly upset about the interaction.
You're the worst manager I've ever met. This doesn't happen in London. You should have a private car service at this hotel. I'm going to get you fired. What's your name? I'm going to call the CEO of this company.
We're a small-budget hotel, and all of our services are stated in the confirmation email. I start getting heated now. Please, go ahead.
Where's my taxi?
If you don't stop, I will call security and have you removed. You are no longer welcome here.
I will have you fired from this hotel.
That's fine, go ahead. I dare you. I stand up and leave the reception.
Where are you going? I'll allow you to redeem yourself. Call my taxi.
It is my right to refuse you service, so that is what I'm doing. You are no longer welcome here. Please don't come back. I've put you on our blacklist. 1 minute later, the taxi arrives, and they leave. I get home and receive a message from the other receptionist. Don't let that awful woman ruin your day. You're doing an amazing job and an even better manager. Relax and enjoy your evening. 5. A couple that has stayed with us before checks in to a standard third-floor king on a busy weekend. The check-in goes well. They are handed the keys and they are on their way. A few minutes later, the female guest comes back down to the desk, just after I checked in a large group of people, and says, "Hi, we wanted a room facing the parking lot. We stayed in one of those rooms previously. Can you please switch us?" I check the folio notes for any room requests. There's nothing. All of our standard third-floor king rooms face away from the parking lot. I also have no deluxe king rooms available. Only second or third floor standard kings that face away from the lot. I tell her, I'm sorry, we do not have any other rooms available that I can upgrade you to. She then gets elevated. What do you mean you don't have rooms available? You just checked in all those people. Those are rooms you can move us to. What? I respond. Those guests booked 2 queen rooms on different floors than you. Meanwhile, I'm pulling up this guest's folio history and see she's only ever stayed in standard third-floor kings, which again, all face away from the parking lot. She continues, Well, there's no way we're staying in that room. You have to move us now. I let her know that this is actually the same room she stayed in when she visited us last month, and then reiterated that it's a busy weekend and there are no upgrades available. She huffs and leaves the lobby. A few minutes later, her partner comes to the desk, and he says,
Hey, I'm sorry, we really don't like the view in that room. Is there any way you can move us to a different one that faces the other way?
I then say, I cannot, unfortunately, as I explained to your companion. We are fully booked this evening, and I have no rooms available to upgrade you to. If you decide you want to stay with us in the future, I recommend booking the Deluxe King, as they all face in the direction you prefer. He thanks me and then leaves the lobby. Another few minutes go by and I receive a call from their room. The female guest starts yelling, Yeah, this room is disgusting. There's hair all over the couch. Obviously, this room wasn't cleaned at all before we arrived. Now you have to move us. She waits for my response. Do I technically still have other standard third-floor king rooms available that have not been checked into yet? Yes. Am I moving them to another room for their same room type just to give them the satisfaction? Hell no. I respond sweetly. I'm sorry to hear that. I'll send housekeeping up right away to clean the couch for you. You're not going to move us? No, but we'll make sure that the problem is taken care of right away. I send in one of my best housekeeping evening guys, the type where I completely trust his judgment. After he cleans the room, I ask him about the amount of hair on the couch. He says there was like one hair and it was probably hers. What gets me is that after all of this, the guest has continued to return for future stays. Hey everybody, Hellfreezer here, and thank you very much for listening to Coahw, episode 127. And thank you very much to everybody who allowed me to use their stories in this video. Before you go, I would appreciate it if you hit the like button. And also, if you'd like to get the videos a little bit early, then you can do so by supporting me for as little as $1 a month on Patreon. In fact, I've currently got just under 200. If I could get that up to about 300 or 400, I would be out of the worrywood. So a big thank you to everyone who has helped me with that. You can also get yourself some Hellfreezer merchandise. I know YouTube's rejiggered their YouTube merch shelf, but the link to it is still in the description if you'd like to take a look at that. And you can also make donations during streams and videos like this one. And while you don't have to, I do appreciate it very much. Alright, let's see. No other business. I don't think I've got any birthday shoutouts this week. So let's move right along to Hellfreezer's question of the day. And today's question is... Those of you who are Doctor Who fans, I think I might have asked this before, but we'll ask it again as we have new episodes coming up soon. Who is your favorite of all the Doctors, right from the very beginning up to present day? I usually split it into eras, so my favorite is Tom Baker from the original era in the 70s. Though I do like Hartnell and Troughton and all those. I like all the Doctors, really, one way or another. And I think my favorite from the modern era is Matt Smith, although we've had some really good ones, haven't we, in the modern era? Anyway, let me know what you think in a comment below. And with that, I'm going to head off for now. So until next time, thank you very much for listening, and take very good care of yourself.